Hey y'all, it's Katie. I hope everyone's doing well. As you can tell by the title of this tag, the pumpkin on my desk, and looking at a calendar, it's fall. Fall is my favorite season and objectively home to the best holiday. So I was so excited since this is like the first year that I'll have a booktube during fall, and I can finally do the fall book tag. The Finally Fall book tag was created like a couple years ago, so I'll link that original video down below. On a related note, if you don't go to a pumpkin patch, you're missing out, so do it. I promise, it's so fun. I love them. So the first question on the Finally Fall book tag is, in fall, the air is crisp and clear. Name a book with a vivid setting. So, weird thing about me, I don't actually picture when I read, which weirds a lot of people out. But like because of that, I don't really notice when like settings are extremely vivid. In terms of the actual description and writing of them, I pay attention and I remember what they say, but like it's not something where I'm using it to construct a mental picture or movie, so it just doesn't really affect me that much. But when I think of a vivid setting, I'm thinking of like books that I forget that I'm reading during. Books where when someone says my name, I have to physically pull myself out because I'm so enveloped in that world. My mind is there, like I forget that I'm a person. And for me with these, I'm definitely going to go with Cassandra Clare's books, specifically The Dark Artifices. I just love these books so much thus far, and I could live inside them, and when I'm reading them, I genuinely just forget that I'm a person and I have a real life. Like, I am in the story, like, I am a fly on the wall of the Blackthorn family. Question number 2 is, nature is beautiful, but also dying. Name a book that is beautifully written, but also deals with a heavy topic like loss or grief. For this one, I'm going to go with Night Road by Kristen Hanna. This book is actually an adult book, and I've talked about it once or twice before. It has a lot to do with both grief and loss. One of the main characters dies, and you're kind of reeling from that and watching everyone else process that, and the people closest to this person have a really, really hard time, and there's just a lot of complicated themes that are discussed throughout the second half of the book. Number 3, fall is back to school season. Share a nonfiction book that taught you something new. For my school, every year the freshman class all reads one of the same book. Like, the school is super extra and has a lot of money, so they buy copies and mail them to every single person in the freshman class. And they're normally nonfiction discussing some kind of important topic, especially relevant to politics or society today. So the book when I was a freshman last year was called Just Mercy, and it's by Bryan Stevenson. So Bryan Stevenson is a lawyer who does a lot in the prison system, privatized prisons, and what a huge, huge problem we have in our society, and like nobody even really knows about it. It was an amazingly written book. Bryan Stevenson is so talented, and even though it was a nonfiction book, it was written like a story. It was written in the form of the story of his life and his experiences with this, which definitely made it really easy to get through. I know like I normally have a lot of problems getting through nonfiction, which sucks because like very important topics need to be talked about. But in this particular book, I had no issues whatsoever. I definitely learned a lot about privatized prisons and institutionalized racism and like a lot of the problems that I'd kind of heard of but hadn't ever really thought that far into because they've never affected my life, and human beings are selfish, so when it doesn't hurt us, we don't really think about it as much as we definitely should, because if it's hurting someone, it matters. Number 4, in order to keep warm, it's good to spend some time with the people we love. Name a fictional family, household, or friend group that you'd like to be a part of. For me, definitely, like, I read this question and the first thing that popped into my head was the Weasleys. I just love the Weasleys family dynamic. I would so love to be a part of it. Like, oh my god, just to imagine being a part of that family, to live in that household, and kind of just the positive vibes and the atmosphere that you get when you read about the Burrow and just the Weasleys in general. I just think that would be such, not only a fun, but I think that would just be healthy and like really good for you mentally. Like, I think that would be such an amazing place to grow up, or even to live once you've grown up. Number 5, the colorful leaves are piling up on the ground. Show us a pile of fall-colored spines. So I only have some of my books here because I'm at college and like my dorm bookshelf is only so big, and even when I put a row of books on top of it, there's only so much space in my dorm room. So all of the fall-colored books I have are pretty much red. This is what I got. Lots of reds, a little bit of orange and yellow, some dark bluish, which now that I'm in a state where the leaves change color, I can attest to the fact that leaves do turn red. Next, fall is the perfect time for some storytelling by the fireside. Share a book wherein somebody is telling a story. For this one, I'm going to go with Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I don't know if this technically counts as like telling a story, but I mean, Kath is telling a story to her fanfic fan base, so it counts. Number 7, The Nights Are Getting Darker. Share a dark, creepy read. For this one, I'm definitely going to go with The Cabin by Natasha Preston. I don't read a whole lot of like mystery or thriller books, especially because there are so few mystery thriller YAs, because I really just think that adult fiction tries too hard and I tend to not enjoy it as much because it's very pretentious. No offense if you like adult fiction, that's just my thoughts. But Natasha Preston is YA and they are very creepy and I definitely enjoy them. They're the kind that keep you thinking afterwards and you're just sitting there like, oh my god, like I can't believe that just happened. I can't believe she just ended it there. And they just like mess you up in the head for a little bit because you're just so like, oh my god, like you're so spooked. Number 8, The Days Are Getting Colder. Name a short, heartwarming read that could warm up somebody's cold and rainy day. For this one, I'm going to go with a couple of books by Jennifer E. Smith, any of which will do this trick. Honestly, any of Jennifer E. Smith's books make me feel this way. Like, I always read them when I need something that I know is going to be, like, happy and make me feel good at the end. They're definitely good when you've just read, like, a really, like, heart-wrenching series and you kind of just need something. But in particular for this one, I thought of This Is What Happy Looks Like and Hello, Goodbye, and Everything in Between, which are, like, my favorite by her. And they're definitely something that you'll kind of finish with, like, that warm little glow inside at the end. Next, we have Fall returns every year. Name an old favorite that you'd like to return to soon. For months, like, since the TV show was announced, I've been meaning to read Series of Unfortunate Events again, because it's just been so long since I read it, and it was so good then, and I haven't reread it since probably the 6th or 7th grade. Like, I don't know how many of y'all watched the show on Netflix, but it definitely made me realize how much that I'd missed because there were things in the show that I didn't remember in the book because I was just so young when I read this. I did not pick up on any of the stuff about VFD, and then when they were like mentioning it in the show, I was like, wait, oh my god, like I don't even know. So I really, as soon as I get the chance, which will probably be in a while because my TBR is ridiculous because I don't stop buying books, but I would really like to reread them and get back into that world. It'll be interesting to see how long it takes given that there are 13 of them. And then number 10 for this tag is Fall is the perfect time for cozy reading nights. Share your favorite cozy reading accessories. The only accessories that I ever really utilize when reading are like food and blankets. But like if you don't keep a throw blanket around you when you're reading during fall, would recommend. So that is all I have for y'all today for the Finally Fall book tag. I hope you liked it. I had a lot of fun with this one. So happy fall and happy Halloween. Thanks y'all.